Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Kiriath and this is DayZ, and I've been wandering around now for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, possibly 20 actually. I'm extremely hungry, I am starving, I have found no food, and I have also found absolutely nothing in the way of zombies. DayZ has apparently just become day. There's just no, I've not seen a single zombie, and I'm playing this game because I saw it in the news again recently. There was a patch release. They talked about what they were doing, the developers, and there was a whole thing about where they talked about the release schedule and how they wanted to get the game into beta and then into release. And I kind of got taken aback a little bit because I was like, I thought the next time I'd see news for DayZ would be DayZ leaves early access. I thought that would be the next bit of news, not developers talk about DayZ leaving early access. And I'm now just completely baffled as to what has happened with this game. Like, I don't know what's gone on. I've gone back and I've read some patch notes and I've watched a couple of videos, and I feel none the wiser. Like, I genuinely feel none the wiser because the last time I played this was like a year ago, I want to say. Maybe a year and a couple of months. And it was in a, well, it wasn't in an okay state. It was in the kind of state that it's in now. The controls are a bit knackered. They don't feel very good. They feel a bit dodgy. I did see a person earlier swimming, but then they just disconnected, so it was fine. I've not found anything in the way of food or drink. I found an axe and a pair of boots, though, so that's nice. And I've not seen any zombies. And I'm now thinking to myself, has DayZ missed the boat? Like, has DayZ now just fucked itself? Is DayZ at the point now where, if it ever does release, which I'm starting to wonder whether it actually will or not, is anyone going to give even the tiniest of shits? Because it feels as though DayZ is the title that launched 1,000 titles. When the mod came out, people went crazy for it, yeah? Arma 2 became massively popular because people were buying it to play DayZ. They were buying an entire game, not to play the game. No, they were buying it to play the mod for the game. Oh, did I hear something then? No, I didn't. I thought I did, but I didn't. And that was massively impressive. That was like, oh my god, this is a big thing. This is a huge thing. And I think the right thing was done. They made DayZ a standalone game under Bohemia, which is very sensible. After all, like, that came out, and then we had things like H1Z1 came out, which was widely ripped on for being a clone. And, I mean, it sort of was, but it was also just really janky in ways that even DayZ wasn't. And DayZ was pretty janky at the start. You know, you had a massive disconnection and what is it called? Desync issues and rubber banding, and zombies would run at you and then disappear, and then they'd run at you again from about an inch away from where they started running at you before. There was all kinds of shit going on. It was not great, let's put it that way. And I kind of expected that a lot of those issues would be fixed, and I thought the game would be in early access, as it had been launched in early access. I thought then the game would go into beta, and then it would release within a couple of years, because after all, they had all the groundwork from the mod. Yes, they started afresh, but they had all of that experience, they had all of that stuff to do. They had just... They came up with this shit, or at least they came up with this version of that shit. And I thought, DayZ, it'll beat the others to market, it'll be a massive success. It's already selling ridiculously well. It was the top of the Steam sellers chart for God knows how long. And for a while afterwards, it was still up there, like it was still ranking, it was still doing really well. Then we saw H1Z1 come out. It was... Oh my... Holy shit, it's a zombie. I've been wandering around for like 25 minutes, like through towns and shit, and I hadn't seen one of those fuckers. My god, they do exist. How is that only the one? How is there only the one, though? What on earth? I swear to God, that is the first zombie I've seen this entire time. Like, it's been a while as well. I've been wandering about trying to get a feel for things for quite a bit. Man, they do exist. Amazing. But back to the point. I think DayZ's missed the boat. I think it's completely lost the race. I think it has not only failed to clear the hurdle, I think it's knocked the hurdles down, allowing other titles to just race past it. When you look at things like H1Z1, it's split into two games. The stupid King of the Hill thingy was much more successful. People wanted that. I don't even know if the survival side of things even gets supported anymore. You've got Ark Survival Evolved, massively popular. When the DLC for that dropped, even though it was DLC for a game in early access, holy shit, what is going on there? Massively popular. Then, what is the other one? There's one more that I just cannot, for the life of me, remember now. But those, I'm thinking, Rust, that was it. Rust, again, come out, massively popular. And now I see people playing Ark Survival Evolved. I see people playing Rust. I still see people do the kind of the fighty bit of H1Z1 instead of the survival bit. Don't see anyone playing DayZ. I don't see anyone talking about DayZ, except in the context of it's been in early access for 3 years. This is a game that brought survival games like back, I guess. Oh, can I hear more zombies? Wow. This is amazing if I can. Oh, there's two. That's 3 zombies I've seen in like half an hour of running around. This has completely missed the boat. It's jumped the shark. It's gone. It's vanished. It's managed to launch other games to massive success while slowly dying itself. I mean, I'm playing this now after like a break of like a year. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. It's just the controls are as wonky as ever. The UI is just as like ugly and bad as it was before. The optimization's still terrible. I'm still getting lag spikes. I mean, I've got a 980 Ti in here. It's not the newest of cards, but at the same time, it's not exactly a piece of shit. And I'm still getting the occasional screen tear when I look around too quickly at certain things. It still goes like laggy. I thought I heard someone chasing me, but I didn't. I do not understand how a game that was first to market, has ended up being like the least developed, the least impressive, the least feature packed, the least. I think at this stage it's fair to say popular in the long run. I'd be willing to put money on Ark Survival Evolved having more players than this. I'd be willing to put money on Rust, at least when it first was at its height of its popularity, like destroying DayZ. There's still an active community for DayZ. I'm not saying there isn't. I know there is. But that community seems to mostly complain about the fact that it's going nowhere after 3 years. A lot of the posts that I see on the subreddit and on Steam and stuff like that are basically just like, so I've played this for 700 hours and I paid for it all them years ago. When is this game going to be finished? When are you going to fix these issues that have been prevalent and around since the minute the game came out? When are you actually going to make this game function the way you said you would? And when are you going to release it the way that you said you would? That's not good. Like, the reviews for this game, like the Steam reviews, are slowly going from mixed to negative. And I can't blame the people who are saying this stuff, because how does a game that's been in early access for 3 years feel the same as it did like 3 years ago? I jumped on this. I jumped on this when it first came out. Then I took a bit of a break, then I played it again, then I took a bit of a break, then I played it again. It's been a long break this last time. I don't have a huge number of hours in this. It's like 25 hours in this, and I'd say probably closer to 50 in the mod, which I know is not a huge amount. It's nowhere near the level of experience that a lot of people have got in this game. But it's still enough. It's still enough for me to remember what it felt like before. It's still enough for me to remember how it played before. Roughly what features were in it before. And I don't think I've ever come across a game that's been in early access for as long as this one and has still felt the same after that amount of time. Oh, nice. So he just sort of lunged through me, I think? I can't really tell. Oh, God. It's just... How is it still the same? And this is why I think that this has completely missed it. This is why I think it's completely... like, they've shot and they've missed. Severely. Because they've been overtaken. They've been overtaken by competition that came out after they came out. Ark, massively popular. Rust, massively popular. H1Z1, I don't know how popular that is anymore. I don't see it talked about that much, although every now and again there will be a resurgence of streamers doing the old combat bit. DayZ, though, it seems to have retained a fairly core community of people who are not happy with how slowly it's being developed. And that does not speak to me of massive success. That does not speak to me of a game that, when it launches, is going to do really, really well. It speaks to me of a game that kind of allowed a resurgence of a particular type, and all of those ships sailed into the sunset whilst DayZ was sitting in dry dock. They're still patching the hull whilst Ark is doing cruises around the world. They're still painting the exterior whilst Rust is mostly sinking other people's ships by the look of the gameplay from that. I mean, it's a genuine shame, but I don't understand how it's happened. Like, I don't understand how it's stagnated as badly as it has. And I don't understand how you get there so much earlier than everyone else and then do nothing with that advantage, because it feels like that's exactly what they've done. However, like, if you play the game constantly, if you've been playing it since release, if you know every in and out, then please, I want to know how you feel in the comments, because this just feels off. It feels like nothing really has changed, and I don't know whether that's because I haven't played it enough, or whether last time I played it was too long ago. But do you feel the same way? Do you think this has missed the boat? Do you think DayZ is past its prime, even though the prime is what it started out as being? Do you think it ever will release? And when it does release, do you think it'll be a success? Or do you think it's had its time now? Do you think everyone who's going to buy it has pretty much bought it and it's not going to achieve? I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think, because DayZ is genuinely a baffling title for me. It's an unusual title because it's an interesting story that seems to have just got caught. It's just remained static for me. And I want to know what you guys think of it. So let me know in the comments. I always read the comments. I want to hear what you've got to say. And I want to know if you think I'm wrong, or whether you think as well that it's just not going quick enough. Whether it's just not working. Whether DayZ has had it before it's even properly come out. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what you've got to say about this. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.